Mac, I'll let you lead it off here. Where are you taking us for your pick for this week?
I want to be a Shedeur Sanders, not apologist, but I mean, I feel like he's getting piled on a little bit for a fifth round pick. That said, as I dug into the numbers, I cannot support an over here. I was thinking I won last week with the coach fired, playground type atmosphere with the Giants Packers, and it won. But I'm not sure that's the same when you have a replacement quarterback instead of a replacement coach. And the numbers are stark. Of a total of 36, you might think in the modern NFL, that's too low. It's going to go over. That was my first thought. But if you look at it, when anytime there's a total of 36 or lower since 2021, so post COVID, the real latest modern era, there's been seven overs and 21 unders going under by an average of 4 points. I think the what's happening is the books are pegged to what a normal price is, 42 and a half, 44 and a half being normal, and they just downgrade it based on what teams are playing. But maybe they should have an extra factor that says when two absolutely dreadful offenses are playing like we have with the Raiders Browns, you make it a touchdown less because those numbers would be more accurate. So I anticipated liking it over, but that's why you do the handicapping because you go with your instinct and you get burned sometimes. A lot of numbers point to the under, and that's when I'm gonna hop on Browns Raiders under. No fun, but you don't have to watch it to cash the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Shedeur Sanders come in for the injured Dylan Gabriel last week, and he had the interception in there, and he had a couple completions, yada yada yada. But I think this was something a lot of fans were waiting for, right? When do we see Shedeur Sanders starting for the Cleveland Browns? This season, and here it is. Due to unfortunate injury to Dylan Gabriel. It's funny that he's going up against a team that was rumored to pick him in the past draft in the Las Vegas Raiders there. But I mean, look, like Mac mentioned, I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching this game between the Browns and the Raiders. Maybe for a Shedeur Sanders fan or, an alum of the Colorado Buffs there or whatever the case might be that you will be watching this game. But I mean, I don't have a lot of faith in number one, the Browns offense. You can say the same thing about Geno Smith and the Las Vegas Raiders there. I mean, for it felt like for the Raiders, they just tried to piece it together, thinking that it would stick to the wall. But with the hiring of Pete Carroll and trading for Geno Smith, and it just hasn't panned out for them, and I don't think it will. They have to probably hit a complete reset button, especially if you are the Las Vegas Raiders there. But yeah, I mean, this could be an ugly game. It could end like 17-14, something in that neighborhood there. I think this line is, starting to move even more towards a 35 and a half, but I do you see a 36 and a half out there over on DraftKings, but consensus I do see is 36. Uncle Dave, any thoughts on Shedeur Sanders making his first official start in his NFL career going up against the Raiders?
Well, I'm going to echo your sentiment. Yada yada yada. I do love the Brown. I do love the Browns here. I mean, yeah, the Raiders are on short rest, but the Cleveland defense will win this game. Period. End. I mean, while I know weather kind of played a factor in last week's game against the Ravens, the Browns they had a chance to win at least late, tie the game. And yeah, I know Sanders was 4 for 16, and quite frankly, looked worse than that. I mean, he wasn't a first round pick for a reason. And it's not because of collusion against the Sanders family. It's because there were a bunch more talented players at him at his position. I mean, it's simple, and it's a woeful Raiders defense. They can make any quarterback look better than they are. I mean, I look at this game and I see Brock Bowers against the Browns defense, period. And while I do feel bad for Bowers going from Georgia, where he had a chance to win the national championship every year, to where he is now, I'm going to feel worse when I have to listen to the Browns fans talking shit about how Sanders should have started week one. And I think the Browns will win. And I also think that talk will end next week against Shanahan. But for this week, the Sanders family's happy. I'm going to take the lesser of two evils with a much better defense. I like the Browns, and I'm with you guys on the under.
Yeah, I think this would be more of a Quinshon Judkins game for the Cleveland Browns and the running back there. I know he got off to a pretty good start, after he came off of the injury earlier this season, but the Raiders rush defense has struggled over the past couple of weeks here. We saw Javonte Williams have a pretty good game for the Cowboys a couple of weeks back. The backfield there of the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Raiders was able to get 123 rushing yards, 114 for the Chiefs a few weeks ago against the Raiders. So as much as we probably, or a lot of people want to see Shedeur Sanders try to shred the Raiders defense. I think that it'll be more of a Judkins game that they run the football, which again just goes well when you're betting the under in this game. That run the football effectively, tick 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 off the clock, and I think that could be the difference in this game.